As I explained in our previous retrospective video, I don't really watch my life as a teenage robot as much as you'd expect. I rewatch segments to make these videos, but I rarely turn them from start to finish. I asked the fanbase which episode I should make a retrospective about next on Twitter, and the votes were very close. I intend to cover every episode of the show before we stop making videos, but today, we'll just be focusing on Attack of the 5.5-Foot Geek. This episode is primarily known as Sheldon's first appearance, but I think it has much more to offer than just that. The episode starts in Tremerton High, with Sheldon showing pride in his midterm project, a statue of Captain Crush. This immediately establishes him as a nerd, one of his 2 primary character traits. All of a sudden, the most despicable group of bullies you could possibly imagine starts messing with Sheldon. Sheldon did their shop homework for them, and they were looking for it. This establishes him as a George McFly level pushover. Luckily enough, Jenny is also in the shop classroom, looking for someone to help her fix her loose screw. The teacher directs her to Sheldon. She saves Sheldon and his project, beating up the bullies in the process. Once she returns, she asks Sheldon if he can help her out with her screw. This choice may have been the greatest mistake she had ever made. As soon as Sheldon touched her hand, he was nuts and bolts for her. Likening Jenny to a female Captain Crush, it was game over for our metallic protagonist. Remember how I mentioned his first defining character trait? Well, his other one is his undying love for Jenny. Throughout the episode, he follows Jenny everywhere. Her classmates mock her for having him around, so she tries her best to ditch him. If it wasn't obvious enough from the description the episode has already given Sheldon, you could imagine how their peers would think of Sheldon, with how he's known as a nerd to them. Despite her efforts, Sheldon isn't someone you can get rid of once he's interested in you. People start calling him her boyfriend. Sheldon uses his mastery of the art of teleportation to stalk Jenny in new places, from the halls, to classrooms, to her locker. He doesn't give up. Just when she thinks that she has an out, Nora gives Sheldon her approval as boyfriend material. While the threat wasn't anything noteworthy, Jenny decides to face it instead of being around Sheldon. The Lonely Hearts Club gang are the villains of the day. They're vandalizing town with depressing notes. As explained, they aren't really a threat to the public. They're actually more of a danger to themselves. This is indicated by the fucking noose around one of their necks. This was made for children. How the hell did that get past the censors? Anyway, Jenny quickly puts a stop to their antics just for Sheldon to show up and screw everything up. First, he gets them caught in a net, and then he stumbles while holding his anti-stumble device, causing a chain reaction that leads to Jenny getting blasted into outer space. While she's incapacitated, the Lonely Hearts Club gang abducts Sheldon. They initially had intentions of hurting him, but after they refer to him as Jenny's boyfriend in front of her, everything changed. Jenny has her iconic freak out and screams. She gets captured and starts ranting about how Sheldon isn't her boyfriend and calls him a stalker geek. This breaks his heart, so the Lonely Hearts Club gang free Sheldon and invite him to become a fellow incel. Thankfully, Sheldon decides to save Jenny instead of turning against her, despite the mean things she said. Feeling bad, Jenny upgrades Sheldon's statue and begrudgingly asks him if he'd like to hang out sometime, but only as friends. Needless to say, he accepted this invitation. This episode is very divisive. Some people think it's one of the best episodes, and some people find it uncomfortable. I remember remember watching the episode for the first time and really relating to Sheldon's obsession with his crush. However, as an adult, I really feel for Jenny. I've been stalked, and while it wasn't for romantic interests, it's still very uncomfortable. Sheldon starts off as a stalker, but progresses into more of a friendly sidekick. This isn't the end of his creepy antics, and it isn't the worst instance of it. Still, I think this episode was a pretty solid introduction for Sheldon, and it had some iconic moments in it. I'm glad I revisited it, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites. Which episode do you want us to cover next? Tell us in the comments below. Also, join our Discord if you'd like. I've been your narrator, YoshiFan2010. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a rating. If you want to reach us, leave a comment. Or check out our other platforms. Links are in the description.
Just like the Robo-Girl will be destroyed when she comes to save her boyfriend. Boyfriend. Boyfriend.